What's up, y'all? We're back with another episode of Raw Roundtable, and this week we have you already gonna start laughing. My very own sister, Danaya.
Hey,
Everybody should know Danaya, but I don't know, Danaya. I do feel like you disappeared for part of our lives.
I
Like
did
you,
for
like
6 years.
you was the deadbeat daddy.
Not a deadbeat daddy. I just had to leave and
But
go handle some business.
I feel like you didn't claim us no more. You don't love me no more, Jody.
Not too much.
But yeah, so this is my sister, my oldest sister. You are. I keep forgetting because once somebody turn the age and it's
7 years older than you do.
but right
That
now
ain't
it's
never
not all the
changed.
way 7 yet because I just turned 22. So she's
Okay.
28. She's 28. She's 28
Okay, Cameron.
because I tried to make her 30 and she was mad at me. But she can't be 30 because she's not 20. Anyway, we're gonna leave that there. Anyways, Danaya, I mean, we kind of got the same beginning. She was born and raised in Las Vegas. She went to school at Tuskegee.
TU,
I can't say you know because that's not my
but
HB.
you do know. That's just it. You do know.
Can't say that here because it's Spellman till we die. It's Spellman till we die.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing this. So no.
Oh, this is where it's at. This is where it's at.
You look like that girl from that meme. And they're like,
Oh, and this is
woo.
her neck like that. But yeah, she went to Tuskegee. That's where she was for 6 years. And then she came back here and then we became besties. So I was used to be besties with Michaela, but then Michaela left and she hasn't came back. And so this sister is back. And so now we're besties. So
Yeah, until our trio can get back together.
yeah, we come together sometimes, but this is what we have to work with right now. This is what we're working with, and it's
Shout out to
cool.
Michaela.
Yeah, shout out to
Hey,
Michaela. Shout out to
sis.
Michaela. And our other sisters. We gotta do Monique and Malachi, even though Monique was just
Monique
like
and Malachi, because
and then
Monique's going to be very
Kimani
upset.
and Taylor. Kimani and Taylor. Even though they probably not gonna watch this. This goes
And
out.
all our extra god brothers, god sisters, all
Yeah.
of y'all.
All
Sister
the family.
cousins,
Just say the family, because there's somebody gonna be mad we didn't
cousins,
include them.
brother cousins,
Somebody gonna be mad we didn't include them.
aunties, uncles, grandma.
If you related to us in some way, shout out to you. Shout out to you because you can't start
Because we
shout.
need our village.
That's
So
like church shout outs when they start one shout out and then you forget people and then you don't say their name. Then you just gotta throw the whole announcement away.
giving honor to all who honor is due.
Yes. All who are here in the building and all those who are not.
Kiana, what about our mama and daddy? You didn't even shout them out. Mama,
I mean, shout out to the ones who made us.
period.
Because without y'all, we wouldn't even be here right now.
Very grateful for them.
So shout out to y'all. I mean, y'all made some amazing kids, even if y'all don't think that all the time.
No, I'm pretty sure they think we're pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about this in this new phase of adulting.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's conversation for a different day. We're gonna move on right there. We're gonna move on right there. So we're gonna start this off with some questions, some icebreaker questions for siblings, and this is gonna be funny.
Okay, let me swallow
I'm just gonna ask these random questions. So the first question is, what is the most reckless thing you've ever done?
my. Are you sure you want me to tell them that? Like in my adult life or before I was an adult?
I would say before you was an adult. When we were, I feel like in the process of being raised, even though I still feel like I'm being raised at this point. I don't know what I'm doing. But before, let me think. What is my most reckless?
The most?
I don't know about maybe reckless can fall into like dangerous too.
I mean, the story I was gonna go with, I thought mama was gonna kill me, so
You
close
thought
enough.
mama was gonna kill you?
I had some
Wait, I don't
friends.
think I ever heard this story. You thought mom was gonna kill you?
I'm pretty sure I did. So I was in like the 10th, 11th grade, and Ayana and Brianna had came over to stay the night. And we used to talk to these boys. I ain't gonna disclose all their information, but we all had a boo. And I don't know what time it was, but they pulled up over here. We live in Summerlin, if everybody didn't know, and most
Yeah.
people lived on the north. But they drove all the way up here to see us. My mom and them asleep, so we thought it was a good idea to sneak out the house. And I still don't know how we did it because we have an alarm system. And did nobody hear the alarm? I don't really know. We went outside. We was outside for a couple hours. Um,
Were we here?
had to be,
I mean, yeah, because where were we at?
or maybe y'all might have been at Mama Sandra's house. That
That is
happens
true.
often. And we just thought it was okay to go outside. We was outside for hours. We done sat in the car with these boys. We don't watch Friday. Somebody had their phone set up. We don't watch the whole Friday movie. All six of us in a 5-passenger car.
On
And
the phone?
yeah, mhm, it was a good time. And you know, iPhones wasn't as big as they are now, but we definitely watched that movie. And it was towards the end of the movie, and my phone started ringing. And it was mama. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, y'all, I gotta answer it. So I stepped out the car, answered it. She was like, where y'all at? I said, we had just came down to the little park. We got a cul-de-sac and it's like a walkway park. And we said we was in the cul-de-sac just chilling. She was like, get y'all butts in this house right now. So I'm like, y'all, party over. We gotta go. We was like, but y'all don't pull off yet. Cause she not dumb. So she's gonna check outside. And if a car drives from where we said we was at, suspicious.
Well, no, I give you props, even though I should give you props because that was smart.
Y'all stay
But
right
then if you
here.
call and then we go inside the house and then the car all of a sudden drive off at 2 a.m., what was actually happening? That's
So
smart. That was
we
smart.
came in the house, came upstairs. We in my room. You know, teenage girls. We can giggling and like. And Mama busted in the room. She said, "What y'all was doing?" I said, "We was just at the park. We was just chilling." He said, "Who goes to chill at 2 o'clock in the morning?" Mm-mm.
We
She was like,
do.
"How did y'all left my front door open?" We like, no. We went out the backyard and we jumped the wall.
The wall, all three of y'all jumped the wall successfully.
Yeah, we used to do ghetto activities back in the day. She was very mad.
Well, our wall is not that big.
It's not, but we definitely jumped the wall, and she was so mad. She went back in her room, and she ain't said nothing else about it. And after she went back in her room, we texted them about what 10, 15 minutes later. We like, y'all can leave, and we watched them drive off. Yeah, true story.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say I went back out there.
Oh
I was
no.
gonna say
Oh no.
you was trying to die.
Yeah. I
Now that you used to be doing hood rat stuff with your hood rat friends.
hood rat stuff with
But
my
I
hood rat.
can't lie. I
No, you
did.
used to do hood rat stuff too. Just because I wasn't here, don't mean I don't know about the hood rat stuff.
Yeah, we did used to do hood rat stuff. I think
What you do?
I'm going in between two stories, but I think the wildest thing is when me and Michaela Dare thought we was grown.
It already sounds like
And
a bad story.
we thought we was grown. This when we used to be smoking. And that was the time we thought it'd be a good idea to try it in a car. And I don't know who told us it was a good idea. This is what happens when you're young doing what you're not supposed to be doing. Nothing makes sense and nothing is smart as you think it is in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we think we done did what we did. We good. And we get home the next day. And I mean, it's the next morning. It was a Friday night, I think. And then Saturday morning, we like, okay, we're going to check the car in the morning. We wake up. We trying to wake up early, but we didn't beat that.
I already knew you
We're
couldn't
trying to
get
wake up
no.
early, but we did not beat that. And we was like, shoot, like if it is what it is, it is what it is. Like we just did.
I
So we
have
go
a story like that
downstairs,
too.
and this one we had little Chrissy. Little Chrissy was in the garage, and the windows is cracked. And we probably in our head like, no, it can't smell like nothing. Like we
Time
good.
out. Y'all parked the car in the garage or he?
No, it was
Okay. Okay.
outside, and it was outside, and we had the windows cracked, like just a little bit, because
Yeah.
if it was too big, it would have been too suspicious. So
Yeah.
we
Y'all
just left it
smart.
cracked a little bit, and then so we seen the car was in the garage. He was like, he took it somewhere, so he been in the car. So we get in the car, we searching the car, make sure nothing was left. Why was the whole bag that it was in the back seat? No, it wasn't in the back seat. I think he had put it in the front, and it was in the comfort or something. I was like. So we thought we got rid of all the evidence, and the evidence is sitting right here. So we at the kitchen table, we eating breakfast or whatever. We made us breakfast. Then he get back home or wherever he was, and he come in the house and lean over the chair, and we like, shoot.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm like, everybody better get their stories on one accord,
You didn't
or
have
we talk. And then that's when the access have like, so what y'all do last night? We had a whole story. We had the story lined up. The story was lined up, made sense. And then
but
he told us he got in the car and it smelled like weed. And we were like, we do have to throw Daniel under the bus. We was like, Daniel was in the car last night. Easy. Easy. He grown, he doing what he doing. Easy. We can't get in trouble. Then he just go for it. He like, okay, I guess I'll believe that. Then he asks us, have we ever smoked? Dare go first. She say, no, sir, I haven't. I'm like, so now all our stories got to go. So I'm like, I live in the house with Michaela, so I gotta wait for her to finish saying what she gonna say, and then I'm answering. And then she was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I have before." Then I was like, "Me too." And then so Dare was on the one throwing on. At this rate, that's what you tell the truth. I'm telling the truth because I live here. I don't know what you got to say, Dare, because you be with us. So
he already told. That's what y'all didn't know. He had already told.
and so I'm just over here like, what in the world? But we didn't end up getting in trouble because dad's testimony goes into that. But that's not to say he thought it was okay, but he was just like, y'all need to be careful
He
because
was
I
mad,
did
but he
job.
told mama on y'all. That's what he did.
I don't know if he told mama.
He did because he told on me.
No, but I don't know if he told mama on us. I think you might have been mad enough at him that he didn't
No,
want to share with us.
no, I didn't even get mad at him because I didn't know that she knew until further down the line. Until I got in trouble for something else. And
Oh,
you know how
that's what
she
she
do.
did to
Oh, he
me.
did this and this and this and this.
That's what she did
I'm
to
like, he
me.
told you. Yeah.
Because
Told
I'm
you.
like, you would have never asked me those questions had you
hmm
not had prior information. That's
She knew.
Now I gotta ask her. I gotta ask her, did she already know
No,
from the
he's
first
always
time?
telling us
Yeah, I definitely gotta ask now.
because he
But
didn't yell at us. He let her do that. He didn't want to be.
yeah,
He
you
didn't
don't
want
want to be the bad parent.
to leave it to
I
her.
mean, I feel it. That's probably where I get that from, that people pleasing. Because he don't want to be the bad guy.
Yeah, it's not my problem. It's not my fault. I did
Mm-hmm.
my due diligence. I asked questions
Yeah.
around
Well, let's see what's the next question. That was funny. We was a little bad.
a little.
We was a little bad.
I was a good kid.
Ooh, what is one of your most memorable arguments?
With who? Do it matter?
No, it don't matter.
Like a argument, like I was mad arguing.
Oh, what about us? Because I feel like we argue a lot. I feel like we could answer this. What's
Yeah,
one
but
of
see, I don't have a specific reason, like situation with you because we used to argue so much.
we did? Oh, the
Like
one
most,
time Mama said about the phone.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's probably the most
And
memorable.
I was trying to know that they used to get in trouble all the time just for simply arguing with
Because
people.
okay, how many adults out there have ever, even not even an adult, you're older than somebody and you have to argue with them because they swear they right. Like I'm older than you. I'm trying to tell you right from wrong. Why are you know it all? But as a child, see, that's the problem. Because if I was a know it all, mama was mad. But you could be a know it all with me, and that's fine. I don't like that.
Because I was younger. You supposed to be
I'm younger
teaching.
than her. Make it make sense. I was trying to
You,
teach you.
you were supposed to be
That's
teaching me.
y'all. So backstory: we in the car. That I guess then got picked up from school or something. We in the car with my mama, and Kiana back there spelling words. Don't know how old she was. Maybe like 3 or 4. Learning how to spell words. And she goes, and you spell phone Phone. And I'm like, no, Kiana, it's Phone. And she goes,
Like
well, what is it,
Christy.
Danaya? Phone? Like, okay,
Well, it made sense
but
to me
I'm trying
in
to
my
explain
little
to you.
finite brain. It made sense that why would
That's
phone have
childish.
a P in it?
That's childish.
A P or H. I wasn't
I
at
don't
that
know.
one.
I don't understand the English language. It's just what it is. That's the rules. That's
What
how
is
it
it
is.
called? The before
Don't start making
yeah,
get
I'm
Miss
gonna
O
start
on the
making up
line.
stuff. I'm gonna make up stuff and I don't want to start making up stuff.
Because
I've
if
been
Miss
out of
O
school,
see it,
so
she gonna be mad.
oh, she's gonna be very mad.
I taught you better than that.
That don't got nothing to do with me.
You did. We just forgot.
That don't got nothing to do with me. Why can't I see these questions somewhere?
Not you deleted them on accident.
No, I think they trying to block me.
Should have screenshotted it.
Okay. What's no? I don't think we got that one. Okay, we both gonna ask
You
this one.
laugh.
This gonna be the last question. What is my most annoying habit or quality?
There's so many I just can't choose. I'm gonna say number one is your OCD. You have gotten better. Kiana used to be mad like you couldn't step foot in her room. She would know. Who sat on the corner of my bed? It's wrinkled. Like she used to be tripping. Don't nobody got time for that.
You gotta put me on blast.
Cause she used to be.
Nobody knew I was like that.
Even now, sometimes I go in her room and steal something. She like, you was in my room.
Well, no, it depends on what it is. It depends on what. Now, if I'm start looking for something and it's gone, I
I don't
only
look
have my only choice is to go next door and to say she is the culprit. And
Sometimes I do.
9 out of 10, she is.
I had it.
Sometimes it's my mom, and I don't think it's ever my dad because yeah, that's a whole thing
I
too.
don't like when we touch his stuff, so no, it don't be him.
Mm-mm. I don't think he ever said anything to me about touching his stuff.
Yeah, because you are him. You're gonna do it regardless.
I'm him identically, and that's funny. That
You
is
look like him,
hilarious to
act
me.
like him.
I think. What was your other ones for me? Because now I'm curious.
The fact that you try to give everybody therapy, it don't matter who it is, it don't matter what's going on. She gonna therapy you. She's like, I think it's a deeper problem. I think it's more to that.
It is. It
See, I
is
don't
a
have time.
bigger problem.
Don't
It
psychoanalyze me.
is.
Don't like it.
It is. So you be wanting me to
And you do
listen.
it to everybody. You do it to the whole family.
I do. I
Yeah.
do it to dad. I do it to mom. I do it to
To our aunties, to our uncles, to our cousins. Do you not remember telling Nyla that you need to read more? I'm like, you're not her boss. And you're like, well, I'm just
well.
because
I'm just saying technology is taking over the brains of kids.
out her business.
That's not therapy. That's simply wanting my cousin to use her
You don't know
brain.
what she do. You don't be with her all the time. That's like, get
I
out her
asked
business.
her. No, I didn't tell her that without first asking her,
What you
does
asking?
she
Last time
read?
you read a book? Get out her
No, I
business.
said, do you? I
Buy
said,
her
do
some
you
books.
read? I said, do you read? And she said, no, I don't like to read.
Buy her some books. And buy her some Robux too. Nyla, I got your back.
Doing both.
That's a reward.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Maybe if I tell her, if you read a book, I'll get you some more Roblox.
You should probably read the book too, so you guys can talk about it.
Okay. Okay. I see you. Okay, she got a point on that one.
Nyla,
But
I got your back, dog.
she has a point on that one. I do. I what did mama call it?
I don't
I
know
don't
what
know
mom
what she
calls it.
called it. But she said, don't be trying to um I don't know what she be telling me. Oh, psychoanalyze her.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's hard not to because sometimes you learn things in class one day
Exactly. Leave it in class.
no, let
Don't
me
be doing
tell
that
you,
whole
let
time
me
to
tell you,
us.
let
Like,
me tell you how God work all things together for good. Then you come home
and then you
and
go try to put it on God. That's something.
no, let me tell you, because then you go in And
Mm-hmm.
that same thing you learned about is the same thing that person's expressing. It's like, well, let me just tell you what I learned today and put into application because I'm gonna have to do this as a job
Don't
anyways.
think that's what God told you to do. I think He just told you to tell His people about Him. You take it further
Yeah,
than
tell it about him, but it's also what he's gifted you to do in the way. So who else gonna tell y'all the truth? Nobody else bold enough to come to you, dad or mom, to say the things that I'm gonna
well,
say.
if you're not my therapist and I'm not paying you, you don't have no reason to be telling
Why
me.
not get free therapy?
Because I don't want therapy from you.
Why am I the problem?
I just talk about you in therapy all the time.
It's okay. I'm meeting with my therapist in a couple of weeks.
So you're
We'll
gonna
have-
talk about me?
We're gonna have a conversation. Actually, we've already talked about you.
It's fine.
We've already talked about you.
They talked about Jesus, unfazed.
Anyways, let's see what is Danae's most annoying traits. I think when you be everything, when you be running off at the mouth trying to defend everybody else, but you don't be defending me.
When I don't, too.
When it comes to Kimani, you just did it
Look,
with Nyla. That's evidence right
look,
there. They've already seen evidence.
because you be having Kimani messed up. And you had Nyla messed up too. And I had to tell you, it's not the first time I told you about Nyla. Leave her alone. Kimani is different. And she my best friend. She my ride or die, and I'm hers.
Mm-mm. No, and Danaya, I actually get it from her. She thinks she's right about everything.
I mean, most of the time I am. And if I'm not right, I could have
No,
been right. So technically I was
no.
right
And
anyway.
who told you? Who told you you're right?
Myself.
Danaya, that's not a credible witness.
Why it's not?
Yourself told you were right. Most times, you need 2 to 3 people to at least agree with you for it to be credible.
This is not court.
Have you ever seen? It is.
It's not court.
Have you ever seen? You probably haven't. They used to make us read peer review articles. And that's the whole point. Peer review. Your peers have to review it so that
But
your information.
that's an opinion. It doesn't make it fact just because multiple people agree.
Yes, or you're actually finding a statistic. The whole point is that you're not going to find the information somewhere else and just doing what
Mm,
you want to do. People are fact checking you.
mm,
That's why you need more than yourself.
mm,
See, look at her. Look
mm.
at her.
Not
Mm.
feeling it.
Mm. And then I don't think I have another one. Maybe because you don't when you don't care. Daenerys has a strong I don't care spirit. That right there. The amount of
because,
time.
because why allow something to stress you out? You can just say, oh well, move
That's
around.
true. I mean, that is very true. You're talking to overthink yourself. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I had to stop doing that. You just oh well.
you're right. You're right. And this is why it's a balance too, because I probably
That's
care
why I
way too
said
much.
spin and check and get it right back. Like you just
Now
gotta
that
like
mentality, I don't know if it's of God.
it is. It's definitely of God. Because if he
No,
gave it to
please
you
tell me.
before, he will give it to you again. Press
No,
down, shake it together, and run
not
it
if
over.
you don't know how to manage it.
He
He
wouldn't have
can't,
gave it to you the first time. He
or
wouldn't have
put
given
it
it to you
this
the first
way,
time if
or
he didn't
put
have
it
the
this way.
ability to manage it. He's just trying to help you learn how to manage it.
Exactly. So I was gonna say you're right to the point. Well, he'll give it to you again because he want to keep teaching you,
Mm-hmm.
or see when you learn. Because then you're like, okay, she did better this time. Let me give her more, and then
Mm-hmm.
each time he'll give you more. But I think he'll keep giving it to you so you
That's what I'm
can.
trying to tell you. Because blessings just be falling down.
Yes, they fall down, but you gotta want it to be more. I want mine to be more.
Well,
So
duh.
yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm working on trying to be better. What's midday? Okay, for the actual question, the title of this video is going to be who raised us, and of course, this is in context of our parents. Something that I've found, and even just in growing up, even in all our storytelling and talking to our parents, is that pretty much different people raised us. The same people raised us, as in the same
They was
people,
different.
David and Tammy, but they were different. And so I don't know. Do you have a like a specific perception of both mom and dad when you were growing up?
All I
Like
can
was one
remember
triggered
being
than the
growing
other?
up, daddy was on me about grades. That's all he cared about. As long as you was doing good at school, he didn't care what else you was doing. Now your mama, phew, I'm so grateful we friends now. Because I used to just want to, if I could, but I
Well,
couldn't.
I don't think people talk about a mother daughter relationship through teenage years and how hard that is.
And I know it was hard on her because I'm still working on it. But this mouth was real
And
smart.
three of us?
Yeah, she was the one, the two, and the three.
What
Like,
what do you think she nagged about most for you?
girl, I don't even know if it was the most because mama was nagging to me every day about something. You need to clean up. You need to. She used to be on me about being on the usher board and how I needed to keep up with my tie and my shirt. But I didn't want to usher no more, so I used to hide my stuff. I just recently told her this. I used to hide because we didn't know what tie we was wearing beforehand, before. So I couldn't hide my ties because they was all in their room. But them shirts, I used to take them and stick them behind my dresser. My mom, I don't know where my shirt at. And that lady didn't care to the point where she would take us to Walmart before church to get another shirt. I used to be like, bro, I hit the last one. Now I gotta go hide this one. Man, she did not care.
Dad.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they parented like they did with you. Cause I ain't never thought about hiding the shirt and the
I used
tie.
to hide it. Mm-hmm. Hide it.
That
Behind the dresser. That was
that
my only
is
hiding place.
funny.
Because
That
think
is
about it.
funny.
You're not gonna look behind the dresser. You might look in the dresser, in the drawers, in the closet, maybe under the bed.
Until she happened to be peeking one day and see some white back there.
It was my shirt. Mm-hmm.
That's funny. And I mean, like usual, she used to nag about you talking back
Oh
and
well,
saying okay and responding okay.
it's
I
like
remember that.
because I didn't know what I was supposed to say. If I don't say anything, I'm being rude. If I say okay,
You still
you want,
being rude.
do you want me to talk or do you want me not to talk? I just never knew what I was supposed to do. So that's why I used to be upset. So now I got an attitude because you accused me of having an attitude and I didn't have an attitude. And then when I say respond, I'm being disrespectful. If I don't respond, lose situation.
Lu-
That's why I
Look
stayed
at
in
that.
trouble because now I really got an
But
attitude
this is
because
why you psychoanalyze, because something that I've learned is that they do that because they feeling a lot of emotion. So they want you to give them something. They just don't know what they want you to give them. And
no,
whatever you're giving is not sufficing. But I'd be
it's not
like,
giving.
that's not my problem.
It's not giving.
Mm-mm. But I think for me, dad, of course, I feel like was the same with grades.
Yeah, that was
Everything.
the most important
I
thing to
think
me.
I
Most
was
do.
telling somebody this. His only rules was keep your grades up and keep my house clean. As long as we did those things, we pretty much got what we wanted. We were able to do what we wanted in his eyes. Like according to his standards, we was able to go places, do things if we did those two things. So that wasn't a problem for us. I could do that, but I could have my free will. Absolutely. Now, mom, on the other hand, like she said, I think it's similar because we're both girls too, and like I said, the teenage and mom relationship is just like, oof,
Yeah, her track record with teenage girls wasn't great.
yeah. But I feel like that's everybody. Like any mom and daughter relationship that I
Mm,
know, it just be
no, no, no,
like,
no. What kind of beef did you and mama ever have? Because you do no wrong in her eyes. So I'm confused.
no,
When?
that's because mom still nag, but
You don't always now.
that now I psychoanalyze myself. But I had deeper issues. We just talked about this in therapy, so that's why I'm comfortable talking about this. I had deeper issues of always wanting to make sure that I never disappointed my parents. So her nagging, I just
Yeah.
listened. I didn't ask questions. I didn't do
Mm,
any of that. Which I mean, some could look at from outside perspective is good, but I mean, now I'm growing up, it's like, was it really good or unhealthy? Just because I was scared to get in trouble, I didn't want to get in trouble.
I lived my life. And I lived it good.
Now that's gonna be the clip. I lived my life with no regrets.
I used to get in trouble, but
That
oh,
make the stories, huh?
oh well.
That make the
That's
stories.
why I can't have kids. I'm
I think
literally
the
terrified.
only time I disappointed mom and dad was, of course, they found out we were smoking, but
And they blame me
probably,
for that.
probably, probably when I cheated on a test in the third grade, and I'll never forget. It was Harrison. I don't know if you even know where I met in life. Harrison was bros, and he was sitting in front of me in class. We were grading the math test or something. You know, teachers have you had to trade papers with the person in front of you, so you weren't grading your own paper. And I told him that I like had one number wrong. It was like 33 and I put 31. So I'm just like, change it real fast. Get your pencil and change it. And the teacher seen it and I'm like, shoot. And then I got him in trouble. So I felt kind of bad. But then she also sent a note home to mom and daddy and I had to give it to him. And so I was like, I don't want to feel that again because they know I was
You was in the
cheating.
third grade. You 8 years old in the third grade and cheating.
Okay, then nobody asked you to bring me guilt and shame. I was trying to pass the class to get an A on
I
the
didn't
test.
start cheating until I got to high school.
No, I wanted to get an A. I was a little perfectionist and I didn't want to get that question wrong. That probably was the only one I got wrong, but I didn't want to get that one wrong because I won 100%.
You the
So,
problem.
that's why I'm in therapy now. So just don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I got my own issues. I
You
got my own
do.
issues to take care of.
You do.
But yeah, so I don't think I really tried to do anything or just did anything out of the sake of it being me because I don't want to make my parents mad. And my sisters thought I was my mom's best friend. So they already excluded me when I was younger. So I had to stay in right standing with my
Why?
mom because they said I used to tell her everything.
And did you?
Yes, because she was my friend. Y'all didn't want to trust me yet. I had to still
See,
prove
that's
my
your problem.
point.
If you would have just been our
No,
sister from the jump,
no.
you wouldn't have had to worry about her trusting you because we would have had your back every time. But you
Exactly. I had to prove my
did.
trust. So therefore, I had to have a friend of my mom first. My mom
You
had
ain't
to be
finna
my
get no
friend.
tea. Mm-mm.
And so, yeah, so I needed my friend to stay my friend. And so,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm gonna tell her the
Or you could
tea.
have just been like me and waited till you got grown, and now we besties. That's my homegirl.
But we didn't know this was coming. Nobody told us this was coming.
Actually, people did. People always tell me
Oh,
you get real cool with your mom when you get grown.
I ain't never heard that. But she is our homegirl now. That's homegirl for real. That's what she gonna be laughing when she watch this and she gonna be mad. They probably both
Mm-hmm.
gonna be
Tell
mad.
me talking about me.
Yeah, what you talking about? You was outside with them boys. You already
Mm-mm, she
know.
knew that. I told her that story already.
Yeah, now we go back and resurface all the stories
I can't get
that
away
we
with
didn't
now.
want
I
to
can't
tell.
get put on punishment now. Phone taken,
Exactly.
no TV, no computer.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
now I can tell you, and we laugh about it.
Yeah, now we can. No, she don't be laughing. Kiana, she still be mad.
Yeah. And she's still mad. She
Because
still
why would you do that?
she did. Okay, so I'll make this a good question. What do you admire most about mom and dad?
Mm, I admire most their love for each other. The fact that to this day, in my almost 29 years of life, I've never seen them argue. Mama catch a little attitude sometimes, or daddy get mad about something, but I've never seen them argue. Like, ain't no calling nobody out their name, no throwing stuff at each other. Like, well, I'm take the kids, and we've never been through anything like that. When people go through stuff like that, it's like my world be like, whoa, like,
Like
what?
your parents actually did that,
I'm
and
like,
that'd be my thing. I'm
I
like, your
seen my mom
parents
and
did
daddy
that,
fight. Like, you seen what?
like fight,
Like,
fight.
like they was throwing them, and you seen it with your
And that's what
eyes.
I'm
Like,
saying. If they ever fought or had this, like we did not
I would
see
fall
it.
out. I would
It
fall
was
out.
behind closed door. Like I probably, even to this day, as
Would
22 year old,
probably
I
cry.
probably would have a heart attack. I would have a panic attack and be like, "Oh my gosh, are my parents about to break up?" Like if they fought, no,
I would fall out. Absolutely. I would probably call Granny and probably try to tell.
yeah,
Granny, help. I don't know what's happening.
I'm definitely telling
Yeah, I'm gonna try to tell.
because what are we doing?
I'm probably gonna even get Bishop Murray on the line. I need to get somebody who knows
I'm getting everybody, all the confidants. I'm
close with the Lord.
everybody because
I'm
what
sorry, I don't know
happened?
what's happening. I'm calling Uncle Chris. That's who I'm calling.
Yes,
He needs to be here. Him and Auntie Leah in a hurry.
in a hurry. Even
I don't
though we're
know
not
what's
even
happening.
kids, that's the funny part. You know, you come get the kids out the situation. We're not even kids.
I
We
don't
come
know
get
what's happening. They're fighting. Yeah,
yeah.
anyway. And it ain't
No,
like they live around the corner.
that's facts. And that's fact. Like you said, mom will get her attitudes, and I'm sure dad get his attitudes, but it's just
No,
like
he do.
I
They both be mad.
never, yeah,
But they
I'm
don't
never,
ever be like mad. They just be that mad, like, okay,
yeah.
not gonna talk to you for about 20 minutes. Let me calm down.
And
And
I
then
don't even know if I mean, mom will say like stuff is dumb and like stuff. I don't think I've ever seen our parents aren't the mad type of people. Dad is more
no,
chill,
that
nonchalant.
mama used to get mad at us, Kiana. Do you not remember when we cracked that egg on her head and she called us stupid?
Um,
Wish we could insert that clip, y'all, but she would be hot.
well, we do stuff to get to make her mad. Like we make her mad. But I've never seen my mom like people have anger issues and just temperamental. That's not.
Now,
Mm-mm,
you know how some of y'all done got slapped in the mouth? We ain't do that over here.
mm-mm.
We
She
don't
probably
even get
said
down like
it.
that.
She
I'm gonna
probably
slap
said it
you,
to
but
some
we
papa.
won't get down like that.
But we were scary kids, so our mama could have just said, "I'm gonna whip y'all,"
You
and
know,
we
all
would
she had to
silence
do was
the whole
this.
car ride. Silence the whole. She probably was crying if she did that. We would silence the whole car ride home, knowing she wasn't even gonna whoop us. We could tell you how many times she said that, and she never whooped us.
Not never.
Yeah, and we believed her every time.
Now that I'm
We were
thinking
that.
about it, has she ever whooped a kid? Period.
She done popped
Who she
hands.
pop?
She popped me before, I think. Well, she popped me after the whole Michaela situation. I hit my sister in the head with a brush. I got popped for that, and I think she popped me one other time.
She popped you. Remember well, you wouldn't remember, but she popped you, and then you hit her
Oh, I
back,
hit her back,
and then she hit you again,
but
and
she
I
hit me
was
hard.
laughing and she was mad. Yeah, that happened.
Danae always made our situations worse because she was just
I used to
laughing.
be weak. I don't think I'm meant to be a parent just because of that. Like I don't take nothing serious. So how I'm gonna discipline you for doing something bad, and I think it's funny.
You supposed to laugh privately.
No, Kiana.
You're teaching the kid what is right and what is
My first
wrong.
instinct, I'm going to laugh. Like remember when Uncle Cal fell at Papa House and he was holding Imani? I should have been checking on my uncle, but I couldn't get that out. My first instinct was to laugh, and I was hollering.
That's sad.
That's what I'm
Your
saying. Like
first
I gotta
instinct-
not meant for it. I
mm,
gotta mature some more because everything's a joke.
I can't. Not everything's a joke. Okay.
Unfortunately.
For the last question, what would you change, if anything, about our experience growing up? I was like, this low key deep when I didn't know that was gonna be that deep. This is raw round table, so we just gonna be honest.
Because what I was gonna say, I don't really feel like that. So I don't
Which
know if
you don't really feel like that.
I was gonna say as much all the church we went to, but I feel like that molded us into the people we are today. I think that's why we still feel how we feel. Like, could nobody tell us, "Oh, God, not real"? We're not gonna believe that. Like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about. Even though I don't go to church every Sunday, like, you're crazy. I know for a fact. But we did used to go to church a lot. And then even the discipline, like making us do all the praise dancing and ushering and choir and revival and Bible study. It just taught us discipline. So I don't.
That is no, but that is the funny thing. I think that's one thing people wouldn't guess about you. Like me and Nan actually have a lot of talks
I know
about
the Lord.
the Bible.
Now I know the Lord. He just don't always.
Knows,
He
the
don't
man knows the
shine through
Lord.
me the way y'all expect him to. He's more. What words could I use for him?
He's gentle. He's a gentleman.
No, he is a gentleman. He's very gentle.
He's not gonna push himself on you.
But it's not even that. Because let me tell you, what I do is pray. And I pray hard multiple times a day, especially when I get angry. Because they say the Lord is slow to anger. So I'm trying to be like him, but I be having to cry, and then I have to talk to him. I'd be like, look, God, I need your help because I'm about to lose it. I'm about to go crazy.
Like we be having
Who's going to? Because I said, if you don't help me, the devil gonna win this time, and I'm gonna say what I really want to say, and I know that's not what you want. So,
Well, and it be the awareness. It be the awareness.
you
And
know, I be
even when
trying
it
to
comes
get
to
out. I
like
know the
people,
Lord.
when people be talking about stuff that's like, you need to know Jesus and the
I be
crystals
like,
and we know that much.
the post that I sent you,
Exactly.
like
She
they,
know what stuff be off.
it's not. And you know what? When you think about it, even in the Bible speaks about the different crystals and stuff. It's not that they are against you. It's when you start to treat them like they are your gods, and you got to
Yeah.
charge a crystal. And no, no, you don't. You don't have to do all of that.
You don't.
Or
I serve a God
the universe
that
didn't
doesn't
tell you
need.
nothing. It was God. He was like, hey, player, let me let you know something right quick.
Yeah.
Like, and I think people feel like they don't hear from God because they don't. They expected him to say, "My child, where art thee?" Like, no, he's talking to you exactly how you would talk to
In the
somebody
King
else.
James version,
Like,
he's
look,
talking in the King James.
dog, William Shakespeare, whoever,
Where
they're
art thou, Romeo?
something like that. That's what they expected, and he talked to you regular. Because I promise God, I'd be like, hold on, dog, don't do that, don't
That
do that.
is
I'm like,
true.
okay, you right, don't do that, don't do
And
that.
that is one of my favorite things to do is pray by myself. Because I could talk to God and be like, hey,
It's
hey,
not it, bruh. It's not it. I need
I
help.
reverence you. I honor you. You good. You holy. You mighty. But let me really tell you what's on my mind today. Because
Damn.
it be some stuff.
Yeah,
It
you
be
gotta just talk to him like regular. And so I guess that's not something that I wish I could change. I mean, back then, yes, I was like, why am I at church all the time? I still want to know why people be at church
would you
all.
maybe put it as like you not necessarily not wanting to be at church, but that other things were incorporated. Like if we did things as a family, like it was church stuff, like church trips. And I mean, we went on trips by ourselves. Like, would you say like more being able to do things with your friends that it wasn't like so? This is the
So
only thing that's
strict. But yes, but I feel like that, like the old me feels like that. I feel like most of that stuff really helped us to become, excuse me,
Mhm.
the humans that we are today.
That's
Like the discipline. Like I used to hate that I couldn't go nowhere on Saturdays because you had to go to church the next morning. Like, and the friend couldn't stay the night. Oh, they got some church clothes because we going to church. Like, I
yeah.
can't stay at home. Like we came as one Sunday. No, they did not play that. That was if we
No.
was missing church, we was out of town as a
And
family.
it was no possible. I don't even think we missed because we were sick. I
Oh,
don't remember that.
you better go sit at the altar. Let them pray for you. Put some oil on you.
Yeah,
You
I
feel
don't
better.
think we missed
Like,
even when we were
no, we
sick.
went to church. Unless we were like sick, like contagious. We was going to
Because I
church.
probably would have pulled the card. If anybody was going to pull the sick card, it was probably going to be me because I did that for schooling. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
It's a different conversation. Only on mama off days.
Other than that, I don't feel like I would really change nothing. Like we lived a good life. They used to stress
That
me out,
is
but
true.
we lived a good life.
That is
I
true.
mean, I ain't lived enough life, but so
Yeah.
God don't get no ideas.
That's
But
what I would say. I really do think we had a good life because I think even encountering people, like even old friends and relationships, I mean, we know certain people that like it seems like what their parents taught them or the people that they aren't really genuine, like they aren't heartfelt, like they'll turn and change on you in an instance. Like we have very loyal souls, like, and we care about people. We gonna give our lives for people, like we naturally, because our parents, I can truly say that about our parents, are have a servant mentality. We've
mm-hmm,
never been the kids to go somewhere, want to sit down on our phones. Like we're always gonna go, sir. We're gonna help. We're
we
gonna do
go
things.
help. When we go to Nana Church, they need help serving food. We gonna go help. Like that's just
We're gonna give our last for somebody. We're not gonna ever sit in somebody's face and not let somebody eat.
like
None of
yeah.
that.
When I went and got food last night, I texted because you don't come home till late on Wednesdays. So I text, and you normally eat before you come home anyway. So I text
Mhm.
mom and daddy before they got up. I was sitting like, "Hey, y'all want something to eat?" And mama wasn't texting back fast enough, and I had already had my attitude because I couldn't get my nails and stuff done yesterday. So I was hot. I was like, "I'm eating out today because I need something good." And mama was like, "No." I think we're gonna go get burgers when we leave Bible study. But thank you for thinking about your parents. I was like, cause that's out of line. I'm sitting at the table eating me a whole feast. What y'all gonna eat?
My heart won't even let me. You know, sometimes you be like, let me just pull up because maybe I want to spend the money. But you like, I'm like, they probably at home. And if they
Mhm.
want something,
They gonna say it. Or like I had got you. I think I don't think you was here. I think you might have been out of town. I had went and got me and Mama some Chipotle. I had text Mama before I even got off work because she always wants Chipotle. If I want Chipotle, she want it. And I pulled all the way up to the house, and I was like, I didn't ask my daddy if he wanted nothing to eat. I politely sent him a text. He said, "Yeah, give me a burrito." I drove back to Chipotle and went and got my daddy something to eat and came back home. I was like, "Cause that's out of line. Why would I just give me and my mama something to eat and not my daddy?" My brain just don't be thinking because Chipotle is not his go-to. Me and mama gonna eat some Chipotle every time.
and that's just
If it
that.
wasn't late, I'll go say, "Mama, you want some Chipotle?" She'll be like, "Yeah, just give me a my usual, my usual."
Not the
And
usual.
she know I know her order.
That's true. I think everything like physical needs, all of that
All
was
needs were always met.
all needs.
We was
I
going to
think
the
I
doctor.
think probably the only thing I would change is probably how much we like talked. And that's what I was talking about with the church and stuff. Like we went to church
Yeah,
and stuff, but probably how much we expressed like what things felt for us. And I know like both of our parents, more so dad's side of the family, grew up like with the you just do what I say because I said so. But I
I was
also
to say
feel
that's
like
that slave mentality.
yeah, to that to an extent, like you should be asking your kids how things are affecting them. Because I mean, that's honestly why a lot of our generation stuff don't go to church and stuff because there's a lot that they don't understand. Like, why do we even need to do
And
it?
no
Can we
one's
read a
breaking it
book?
down to them to
Yeah,
where they don't worry. When God is done with me and I finally go back to church, I'm gonna be that bridge. That bridge.
yeah, you better be the bridge for all of them. And I mean, that's what I be trying to be because I honestly I don't know nobody my age other than my friends in Atlanta truly that go to church. I probably have a couple friends here, but it's like it's something missing. And I think it's just the lack of explanation that they get for things that they do, and it's this obligation. You just have to follow this and do this.
But
And
that's what
sometimes
it
you have
is.
to
Church becomes an obligation rather
mhm,
than somewhere where you can go to
for enjoyment.
and freely worship, and it becomes an obligation. And I think I told Daddy that that's one of the reasons I don't be wanting to go to church. I was like, you go, it don't matter who church it is. I said because Vegas is so small, they know you, my daddy. They know I. They be like, oh, you can sing. You no, I didn't come here for that. Like let me get right over here first, and when I'm ready to participate, I'll let you know I'm ready to
And
participate.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes people just need to be. I don't know who I was watching. I think I was a preacher, Tim
Let
Ross, and
people
he said
be.
when people come to his church, he let them take 6 months off. I don't care if you came from another church and you were excellent
Like
server
you
and
ain't
all of that.
moving.
Like just come and sit and enjoy just being with God. Like you don't have an obligation to do nothing. We're not about to push you into small groups and do all like we're literally just gonna let you be. And not in a way of saying we don't care about your soul or nothing, but we don't nobody likes to feel forced to do anything. And ultimately, when you feel forced to do something, make you want to
It
rebel.
make
I
you
know
fall back.
it make me want to rebel. I'm like, I don't want to do that. If I feel like I gotta do it, I don't
I
want
ain't
to do
going.
it.
Other than work, I'm gonna go to work.
Cause I need the
I'm gonna go
money.
to work.
But no, yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, that's probably the only thing I would change. And I think even now we have conversations about that, me and you, and then even with mom and dad, just about misunderstanding. So I think it's different just as you grow up in adulthood too. Because I mean, now we can
It's
actually
about
voice what we need
communication,
to say.
communication and comprehension.
Yeah, we can actually say what we need to say, and like Danaya said, and not get a whipping and not be really reprimanded. We don't get too crazy at the mouth, but we know how
Yeah,
to
no, my mama
respectfully.
still say, "Who you talking to?"
Yeah, we
I'd be like,
respectfully
I don't know. I
say
never
what we
know.
need to
I don't
say.
know."
Hmm. That's what we do. But yeah, that's us. That's our life.
A
You
small
know,
portion.
not a small portion.
Need to be
Not you got a story to tell. We're gonna have you back for your testimony.
when y'all. Yeah, bobo.
Not he Bobo shy. We got to go. We got
I'm
to
sorry,
go.
guys. I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna stop playing.
We got to go. Yeah, because the Lord gonna get you real good. When the Lord get the nail, y'all, I know. I'ma know I can't turn back. I'ma know I can't turn back. Because when he get on the man, she not playing. I'm probably gonna think she's playing at first.
I don't know how to not play. He got to work on. Maybe
No,
that's
but
my
that's the thing
ministry.
though. When he gets you, it's gonna surprise you. He's gonna be like, I ain't even playing.
I think I. We'll talk about that later.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank y'all for watching this week's episode. We're gonna be back. Get your words out next week with another episode with another special guest. But I want to thank you guys for joining us. Like, subscribe, do all those good things. Share with your friends, and yeah, we'll see you guys next